$2,129 on an all-inclusive vacation to Mexico. Transportation, accommodations, food, everything. You're all set. How do you make the most of it? The first piece of the pie is getting there, and personally, I suck at flying. I can't get comfortable, I can't fall asleep. I think my record amount of time for sleeping on a plane is probably something like 40 minutes. But this flight was gonna be different. I was gonna do everything I possibly could to make sure I fell asleep on this plane. I had my eye mask on, I had a neck pillow, and there wasn't a single crying baby within 5 rows of me. Everything was perfect. I settled in once we got to cruising altitude, and then I proceeded to stare at the back of my eye mask for an hour and a half. Eventually, I just cut my losses and put on Die Hard. This resort is massive. There's 4 separate areas, each with its own set of restaurants, pools, snack bars, gyms, and of course, buffets. The entire resort is connected by a trolley system, which makes it pretty easy to get around. Making the most of the accommodations is going to look different for everyone. For some people, that's going to mean grabbing a lounge chair in the most optimal position possible to make sure you're baking in the sun from sunrise to sunset. Some people are just happier in the shade, sipping on their go-to beverage. And a select few make the most of their vacation by jamming as many activities as possible into their day. Most resorts have activities going on all day long. Volleyball, foam parties, and even scuba lessons. And I'm pretty sure I'm doing that wrong. I don't think your lips are supposed to look like that when you're scuba diving. There's also tons of interesting wildlife at the resort. I'm still not exactly sure what this thing is, but they're everywhere. If your resort happens to have access to the ocean and the pelicans aren't too hungry, you might even be able to snorkel. No matter how you choose to spend your vacation, the most important thing is that you don't get sunburnt on day one. Of course, you want to get a bit of sun, you want to get a nice tan, but if you get burnt on day one, you're going to have a bad time. If you're planning on sunbathing, snorkeling, or playing volleyball in direct sunlight for hours, maybe save it for later in your trip. If you burn easily like me, your best bet might just be to wait for some milder weather before you spend a lot of time out and about. You might even get some rain, which is actually pretty refreshing. When the night rolls around, there's still tons to do. Circuses, fire shows, they even have a silent disco. And if you're looking for the highest quality officially licensed merchandise from your favorite sports team, you can head to the market at the Hacienda. When it comes to food, your first instinct might be to make the most of your money by eating as much as you possibly can at the buffet. The variety and unlimited portions are super tempting, but you're going to quickly realize that for the most part, the food there isn't all that great. A lot of it has been sitting out for a while before you even get to it, and if you eat too much of the wrong thing, you could easily spend an entire day in the restroom, which would definitely not be making the most of your trip. So what do you do? At the breakfast buffet, your first stop should always be the omelet bar. That's by far your best bet for getting a consistently good meal to start your day. Our go-to breakfast buffet happened to be right on the water. It had some of the best food, and there was even live music. For lunch at the buffet, the pasta tends to be pretty decent, the tacos are usually pretty good, but keep in mind the goal for lunch is to not get sick and not get too full, because when dinner rolls around, you better be hungry. Most all-inclusives offer a la carte restaurants that you can book in advance. These restaurants are still free to eat at, and if you're quick, you should be able to book one for every night of your trip, saving you from 3 meals a day at the buffet. The food at the a la carte restaurants is always much better than what you'll find at the buffet, and most of the time, each restaurant has a different theme and different type of cuisine, so you'll still get a lot of variety. The a la cartes also tend to be much more entertaining than the buffets. A lot of fire for some reason. If you're still hungry after the a la carte, you can always make your way over to the buffet. And if you're still hungry after that, there's a 24-hour snack bar. And if you're still hungry after that, there's 24-hour room service. Any more than that, you're probably gonna have to start skipping trolley rides. Making the most of an all-inclusive is super easy. Just be careful at the buffet and don't get burnt on the first day.